What's happening, guys? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I'm bringing you guys another track guide. We are almost done with the entire series. If you have been learning from these track guides, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Today's track guide is going to be around Brazil, and the process of this video is going to be the exact same as it has been. What we're going to be doing is taking a slow lap, just talking about all the details that you need in order to be quick there, and then as an example towards the end of the video I will show you a hot lap that I managed to get that will show you me doing a lap around Brazil with all those details and showing you how to be decently quick at the circuit. So make sure to hit the like button if you do end up learning from this video, and if you want to catch the setups, they will be in the pinned comment section on the video. So make sure to go there, click the link, and it will give you a spreadsheet of all the setups for all the tracks that I've done so far. So let's get straight into the slow lap. Okay, so coming off of the final corner now, really and truly when you're starting your lap, you can take any line you want here. You can either take a wide line or you can take a short line. It really doesn't matter here at Brazil, just because by the time you get to the start finishing line, you're going to be almost at full speed anyway. Coming up to the first corner, you want to be just a little bit wide here. Half the car on the tarmac, half the car on this sort of lime green astroturf kind of thing here. And then just after the 50-meter board, and just in between the 50-meter board and the board where you can see just there with the F, that's where you want to start braking into the first corner. Keep the car on the right hand side of the track just a little bit longer than you would expect to, because of what's going to happen when you actually get to the corner. Downshift into fourth gear here, and then you want to have your tires touching this inside curb, but not too much. And that's the reason why I said to keep the car on the right hand side just for a little bit longer, because if you have too much of the car on the curb, then the curb will spin the car too much and you will end up losing the car. Whereas if you have just the left hand tires on the curb, it will help just nicely rotate the car through this corner, which will give you a better line coming off of the end of the center S's here. So yep, as you come up to the second corner now, short shift up to fifth gear to get that slingshot effect, and just be as smooth as possible as you can with inputs. Try and not invalidate your lap, and then stick to this curb as you're coming off of the center S's and get that sort of slingshot effect coming up to this next corner. Open up the RS, and then you're at the next corner now. So you're in 8th gear, and as you can see, there is a little section here of tarmac that splits the two grass sections. You want to brake as you get towards the end of that tarmac section here in a straight line, back down into 4th gear, similar to the first corner, and then similar to the first corner as well. You want to have the left hand tires on the curb, and this just allows the car to just rotate around so that you can get your foot on the throttle earlier, which means you can carry more speed to the next corner. Again, keeping the inside line for obvious reasons. And then for this next corner, I don't like going into it in 8th gear, because I feel as if you have to shift down too many gears and it ends up making you slower than usual. So in 7th gear, just after the 50-meter board, still flat at this point, what I like to do is I like to turn in. This is only in qualifying, and the race you don't want to be as aggressive, or else with the heavier fuel mounts it will cause a lot of understeer. But in qualifying, you want to just turn the car in towards the corner, and then you want to start braking and shift down into 5th gear. And then as you get towards the curb here, right back up to 6th, and just, you know, send it as much as you can through here. You want to carry as much speed as you possibly can through this section. What I like to do is have my foot 90% on the throttle, because with the setups that I use, I find that going full throttle, it causes the back end to lose itself and you end up spinning. So this next section now, very hard braking zone, because you're going to be on the curbs, which means that you can't brake as hard or else your left tire will lock up if you don't have ABS. But coming into this corner now, you can see the F1 2021 logos on the left hand side. It does come quite quick, but you can see them. Once you get to the last logo, that's where you want to start braking. So right around about here, start braking, and you want to be in 6th gear coming into the corner, and then 3rd gear by the time you reach the apex of the corner here. And then for this next corner, it's really just about feel, how the car feels to you. If you feel as if there's too much understeer going through this corner, shift down into 2nd. If you feel as if the car's got enough rotation, keep it in 3rd. And then just smoothly apply your foot on the throttle, up into 4th. Try and minimize all that wheel spin, and then you're off to go for this next corner. Now, for this next corner, you can see that the barrier sort of is quite wide, and then it sort of comes in towards the track. So right around about where you can see the barrier coming next to the track, that's where you want to brake. So usually it's right around about here. You can see that little orange part of the fencing there just peeking out. When you pass that, that's where you want to start braking. Now this corner is very misleading. Like right now, you probably might be thinking to yourself, oh, you could just take a shorter line by the inside. You don't want to do that. you can see that there are two different shades of the track. You want to stay where you can see it's the lighter side, so you want to stay as wide as possible. Brake down into third gear. You can use second if you don't find yourself having enough rotation, but if you do, you want to be in third gear here, and try and just follow this lighter patch here. Just follow this line, because this is the quickest line through. Just try and hug the apex as close as you can, and then be as smooth as you can with the throttle here. This is a very difficult traction zone, very easy to spin, so you want to be as smooth with your throttle inputs as possible. And then again, just take the shortest line for obvious reasons. And then for the final corner now, you're going to be in 7th gear. Now on F1 2020, I do believe you could brake on the outside here if you wanted to. On this game, don't do that. You will lock up the tires, especially if you're not using ABS, of course. You will lock up the tires. So you want to brake on the tarmac itself just before the 50-meter boards. I'll say roughly about 70 to... I want to say 75 to 70 meters before the braking zone. You want to brake in a straight line down into 4th gear. And then just hug this apex, hug this curb as much as you can. Do not touch this curb. This curb is lethal. It will make you spin, and even if it doesn't make you spin, it will make you slower on exit, which obviously you don't want. So do your best not to touch that curb. However, on the outside curb, you can touch that if you so want to. And then once you're finishing a quali lap, you want to do the line of least resistance. Be as close to the inside curb as you possibly can, so that it's the shortest line to the start finishing line, and that is a lap of Brazil. So I'm going to let you guys see the hot lap that I managed to get for this track. Okay guys, so you've seen the slow lap, you've seen the hot lap. Now it's time for you guys to go and start practicing, because it doesn't matter how much tips and how much tricks that I give you guys. If you don't go out there and build up the muscle memory by practicing yourself, you're not going to see any results. So the best way to get those results and get quicker, like how I've shown you in this video, is to go out there and practice yourself. So make sure you go into GP mode, make sure you go into online sessions and practice. And remember, hit the like button if you did learn from this video. If you want to catch more tutorials, and if you want to see the rest of the track guides that will be coming and you want to be notified about those, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in my next track guide.